and welcome back to the National Stadium. Again, the sun shining brightly, just coming off the little overcast condition at the end of that first fixture for the day. But the sun is shining brightly, and we are all ready for our second match, the 15th match of this Dream 11 T10 tournament. As we see, uh, as we see this important game coming up, it's a repeat of the game yesterday. It's Ginger General. They come up against Bayleaf Blasters. Just to let you know, as we look at the teams, Ginger Generals, Roland Keto, Samuel Charles, Larry Edward, Denroy Charles, Johan Jeremiah, Daniel McDonald, Kimani Milius, Kimo Peters, Nicholas Redhead, Adrian Thomas, and Javel St. Paul.
The Bayleaf Blasters, Devon Smith, Kimini D. Bissell, Caden Felix, Kavim Hodge, Devontae Smith, Sherman Lewis, Neilon Pascal, Jelani Robertson, Richard Rogers, Dennis Smith, the wicketkeeper, and Nico D. St. Hilaire.
Well, just to let you know that the Ginger Generals won the toss and they have elected to bowl. And as John, as we saw yesterday in that really competitive game, which seemingly ended up one-sided, we saw that Ginger Generals, they would have batted first. Today, it's the other way around.
Yes, a pleasant morning to you, Crony, and every body listening. We are at match 15, exactly halfway through the tournament, and Ginger Generals winning the toss this morning and asking Bayleaf Blasters to take first strike. Yesterday we saw the opposite where Bayleaf Blasters won the toss and asked Ginger Generals to bat first. So an interesting choice of events happening here today. We look forward to a very competitive match, just like same as yesterday, and it's lovely conditions at the Grenada National Stadium. As we'll just continue to prepare for what should be a very exciting match.
The second fixture of the day, as you know, as we have seen, these are two teams that do possess talented players. We have seen the likes of the captain of Ginger Generals, Roland Keto, who would have really done a fine job. We have seen the batting of people like Johan Jeremiah, and certainly we have seen Devon Smith and Kavem Hodge. So really, the competitive. These are two teams that really possess, really talented players.
Yes, the openers for the Ginger Generals, Melius and Jeremiah, seems to be batting well, and they all have always set up good partnerships for Ginger Generals. In regards to the Bayleaf Blasters, Devon Smith, Kevin Hodge, we also have Jelani Robinson in the lineup. So quite an interesting match ahead this morning.
Yes, and really nice conditions as we see the sun is shining brightly. We're just a few minutes away, and we expect to see the teams going out in just a moment. But certainly, as we look at the tournament, John, you would have really seen most of the team played. And probably coming down to the midway stage, you would want to think that in terms of what you have seen, which is probably one of the teams that you think would go all the way.
Yeah, I think basically we are the halfway mark, and teams really looking for points and wins to end on a high and qualify for the first and second places. So I think looking at the composition of the teams, I think Bayleaf Blasters seems to be the ones leading up front now in terms of confidence from the win yesterday. But you cannot you certainly cannot leave out Saffron Strikers with the Free Wheel Island fast bowlers who seems to be creating an uproar against the batsmen in the tournament. So My pick would probably be Bayleaf Blasters and Saffron Strikers for now. But in saying that, I think anybody could win this tournament.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's who play well on the day. Nutmeg Warriors do also boast of, the likes of Andre Fletcher and so forth. That's the team that won the first edition, and certainly is a team you really cannot write off. But as we go deeper into the tournament, you find that it's becoming a little more competitive. All the teams would have lost so far, and so that makes it really more interesting. In that, as you say, anyone can win the tournament.
Yes, it's evident that the scores are beginning to get a little bigger. We saw a team scoring 134 yesterday, and another team chased it down. So going forward, I think the teams have done their homework. So is I believe it's the team that play better on the day is going to win.
So we are about to see the start of match number 15. It's Bayleaf Blasters taking first strike, coming up against Ginger Generals. As you see, uh, feelers are all in place. Umpires, Sean Manwaring, and we have Dayton Butler, who is at the presiding end. And the attack is going to start from the southern end. As we see, players are just getting into place, and really brilliant conditions. Sun shining brightly. As you see, the batsmen now about to face the first delivery. Denroy Charles, off spinner for the first game. This one is played to backward point. And quick move in there by the fielder at point. Nikosi Centler. So Ginger General starting with spin. Right arm off spin of Denroy Charles. This one played to mid wicket, and they go to amble a single. The fielder coming in really quickly off the boundary there. Really doesn't allow them a second run. So Kavim Hodge comes in to strike. And you would have seen the name of Kavim Hodge yesterday, John.
Yeah, Kevin played an excellent inning yesterday. I had the opportunity to have a word with him this morning in the training, and also did some work, and he's full of confidence.
So he faces his first delivery from Charles, and this going down the leg side again, looking to hit it over backward point, which is vacant. Ball crashing into his pads and just dropping out on the offside. It's we're into the first over. It's one without loss. Charles quicker deliveries, keeping down, and Hodge equal to this one. Push it back on the onside. Good start by Denoy Charles. Not giving much away, but this is only the first over. As he's over the wicket once again to Hodge. Hodge swing this one over mid wicket and probably just clear the mid wicket boundary. Again hitting with a turn and hitting it just sweetly over that backward square, forward square leg for six.
Yeah, delivery dragged down by the bowler Jan, and Kevin Hodge in good form. Bowler Charles and Kevin Hodge in such a good form. Pick up the line and the length and just help himself to fall over the backward square.
Yeah, seven without loss, and we see the backward square. Just ball just going off a little bit off the surface, playing area. 5 deliveries in the first over. Hodge on 6 from 3 deliveries. St. Leon on 1, 2 deliveries. As the off spin of Denroy Charles is over the wicket, ball to Hodge again. Hodge is looking for that big swing, goes into the pad, and that's completes it. The first over, Bayleaf Blasters have been asked to bat first. The S7 without loss.
Yeah, steady over there by Charles. Kevin Hodge looking to hit the last delivery over deep mid wicket and completely missing this one. A good start there by Derman Charles.
So we're looking at, as we look at the second over, Denoy Charles conceding 7 runs in his first over. Kavem Hodge continue his good form. And Nicholas recently also did you know had a impressive showing. I think he really started it off yesterday playing some attacking shots. So he's gonna prepare to face Javid St. Paul. Right fast bowler. He's gonna come over the wicket for the field for St. Hilaire, third man on the boundary. We see the cover just being played right back at the ropes. These are the two fielders out. A backward point of cover and a mid off on the offside, all in the circle. First delivery outside the off stump. Again, the batsman looking to drive. A bit of bounce and movement there from St. Paul. First delivery. On the leg side, a short fine leg, backward square, more square leg, just to the right of the umpire, mid wicket, and a mid on, all in the circle. So the leg side field, 4 fielders are in the circle. We are into the second over, 7 without loss. St. Paul just as he begin the Smith. The batsman St. Hilaire didn't seem to be ready, but he's on his way now to bowl to St. Hilaire. Short delivery, and he just leaned back there and allowed this one to go through. One thought that you probably would have maybe tried to. It was short enough to get back and probably play down to backward point.
Yeah, I think the batsman St. Hilaire not expecting this one to bounce so high and got himself in an awkward position. And the only thing he could have done was to just sway away.
St. Paul. Another short delivery and seemed to take the edge there. Lifting delivery. St. Hilaire goes as you know he found himself in a difficult position as we look at the replay here. He was not sure if he would have played on. What was a good delivery, and just took the top of the bat.
Yes, very good delivery there by St. Paul. A delivery that grew tall on the batsman St. Hilaire, and he could only probably glove it to the keeper. And a good wicket, a good blow there by the Ginger Generals this morning.
Yeah, and we have seen when we look at what has happened before, we've seen the wickets that has fallen. Most of the time it's not because of the bowling, but really because of bad shot selection. No, this is the second time we could think. Since sitting here, I could think about a ball that was a good one, that really had the batsman in difficulty, and he just able to touch the bat and be not caught behind. It's a good delivery.
Yes, credit must go to the bowler, St. Paul. It was a lifting delivery, and St. Hilaire really couldn't have done nothing much, but just to glove the ball on its way to the keeper.
So the left-handed Devon Smith, again, offside field, all players in the circle. You see Keita just bringing that short fine leg, a little straighter. Similar feel. Short third man, backward point cover. Extra cover mid up, on the offside for Smith. And he would want to play a captain's inning. We have seen the earlier match. So it's really one-sided. Short delivery played nicely down to a long leg position. He's going to go into the boundary for 4. Real controlled shot by Devon Smith.
Yeah, Devon Smith, throughout his career and even now, he really feeds on short pitch bowling. This one was down the leg side and quite comfortable and quite easily. Devon Smith just worked this one past the short fine leg and into the deep backward square leg boundary for 4.
Yeah, just get into the right position and played it nicely. Good controlled shot. Faces the second delivery, short, and again, hitting, not timing as that one go into the covers. Really his bread and butter shot there, but I think it was a slower delivery also. So he was not able to get the timing right. The The score remains on 11 for 1. Second over. St. Paul. He's to Smith. Another short delivery. Smith played down to backward square. This one a little squarer. The fielder on the backward square boundary was able to get around to his left. And the batsman only pick up a single as that complete. The second over, Bayleaf Blast has been asked to bat first. They are 12 for 1.
Yeah, a steady over there by St. Paul. Just conceding 5 runs and picking up the important wicket of St. Hilaire. The Ginger Generals just seems to be keeping things tight for now. The Bayleaf Blasters really looking for an opportunity to break loose, but the Ginger Generals really keeping a close tab on things so far.
Yeah, they would want to turn it around, Ginger Generals. Probably the first team to get up to 134, which was the highest score. And would have felt very confident, bowling against Bayleaf Blasters, who would have done it really in convincing fashion in 9 overs. So they really want to turn things around. As Charles is preparing, this time he's going to go between the umpire and the stump, but he goes around the wicket to the left hand of Smith. And Smith steered this one to short third man. They go shoot for a single there. What good backing up. Good backing up there by Kavim Hodge. And these are two players that know each other well and play a lot of cricket together.
Yes, this is Calvin Hodge, the captain of the Win Island Volcanoes, and Devon Smith, the open batsman. So definitely they have spent a lot of time playing together, and they would probably know and communicate very well between the wickets.
Yeah, it was good communication. The Hodge was off and very quickly. And another single to Smith. The right-handed Hodge. As you see some change in the field here. The mid-wicket on the boundary is going a bit squarer, and now mid-wicket is being placed. He's going to backward square. As Charles. And Hodge is hitting this one down over long on for 6. The ball giving some air. And he really picked it up and hit it over the long on fielder for 6.
Yeah, easy shot by Smith, this ball right in the slot, and Kavim Hodge making no mistake and hitting this one over long on for 6.
Yes, safe shot, hitting with the turn. Charles in his second over. Quicker deliveries, hit down to long on. This go just one bounce to the fielder. Again, hitting with the tide. So one more to Hodge. Score moves to 20 for 1 in over number 3. Hodge is on 13 from 6 deliveries. Devon Smith, 6 from 4 deliveries. Charles, again, he's looking to cut, making no contact. And Smith looking to pierce that offside field, probably pick that gap between a square cover and backward point. Quicker deliveries and push on the onside, and they amble a single. Again, good delivery by Charles, really pushing it, quick delivery into the legs of Smith. So he moves by 1 to 7. It's 21 for 1. We're looking at the 15th game in this tournament, and he's looking to swing right across it. A poor shot, and it's been bowled.
Yes, a very uncharacteristic shot there by Kavin Hodge, swinging right across this line and of this delivery and getting his middle stump knocked back. Not a pretty sight at all, Crony.
And you could see the disappointment when he comes out, and and he bent his head coming out, but really a poor shot selection there. Hitting right across his delivery, and it's crashing into the stumps. And Bayleaf Blasters has lost the second wicket, 21 for 2 at the end of 3 overs.
Yeah, a crucial breakthrough there by the bowler Charles, and picking up the wicket of Kavim Hodge. Kavim swinging right across this delivery, and the Bayleaf Blasters 21 for 2 after 3. Not the kind of start that they would want this morning.
Yeah, most definitely they would have been looking for a better start. And Charles picking up 1 for 16 in his 2 overs. 21 for 2. So the incoming batsman, Dennis Smith. So we have 2 Smiths at the wicket. Dennis, the nephew of Devon Smith. These 2 volcano players would want to really put some sort of foundation, really want to set the tone going forward. 21 for 2, and Larry Joseph it is. Larry Edwards rather, gonna pick it up from this end, left-handed Edwards. And he'll be bowling to Devon Smith. First delivery to Smith. Smith is hitting this one down to backward square position. It beats the short fine leg, goes down to the boundary for 4.
Yes, Larry Edwards starting with a delivery pushed into the leg stump, and Devon Smith just swinging this one down to the backward square and collecting 4.
Well, he was fortunate to get us down to that position for, but not really, probably just around middle and leg. If he missed it, could have been in trouble. Second delivery short, a lot of bunks, and this one past the keeper, and let's see, it's gonna be stopped just inside the boundary. And surprisingly, they only took a single by signal by the umpire.
Yes, bit of casual running there by Devon Smith and Dennis Smith. The ball going all the way down to the third man boundary, and they only amble a single.
26 for 2. The right-handed, diminutive Dennis Smith will take strike. Key to the captain going right back on the long on boundary. We still within the power play. So 2 fielders out, mid-wicket on the boundary and long on. And this one is pushed to square cover. A good stop by the cover fielder there. The batsman had enough time to pick up a single. So Smith off the mark with 1. 27 for 2. Ginger Generals would really want to bounce back after that loss yesterday afternoon to Bayleaf Blasters. Again, Smith looking to stay against between that short third man and backward point. Made no contact. Again, just looking to pick that gap. This one tossed up and they swung down to mid-wicket, and the fielder comes off the boundary. Again, didn't get hold of it. Didn't get the timing right, and it went bouncing down to mid-wicket. Came the fielder on the boundary, Milius. That's coming around. So just in singles, Smith is looking to drive, and he plays this one down to long. And K2 comes in, fields again, not getting hold of it, but he picked up a single, and that concludes the 4th over, 29 for 2.
Yes, Crony, at the end of the power play here, Larry Edwards. Just steady over, only 7 runs from this over. The Bayleaf Blasters not really kicking off yet after 4 overs, only 29 runs, and have lost 2 important wickets. So we see the Ginger Generals, really trying to keep a grip on things so far.
Yeah, a different day. 2 same teams, but really a different day. So we see a much better start by the Ginger Generals. Keep things pretty tight. Power play 29 for 2. That's Reynald Charles. He's gonna pick it up from that southern end. The right-handed Smith in strike. Short third man. Backward point cover long off on the boundary. Cover on the boundary. This wide batsman not being called up on the play. Very wide delivery. As Charles comes around the wicket. And Smith is driving. That goes through the field and goes down to the boundary for 4. Bad miss there by the captain, K2. It's firmly struck though, as it went through K2 and down to the boundary for 4.
Yes, a very ordinary piece of fielding there by the captain. Really not setting the example. And this ball just eluding him and heading down to the boundary for 4.
So 34 for 2. Dennis Smith moves to 6. As he faces another delivery from Charles. Short, and he's back and pick the gap. Oh, good stop by the feline point there. As this one really looked as though it would get through the gap. But good movement there. And it just stopped. They only picked up a single, but good feeling. 35 for 2. And over number 5. As the left-handed Devon Smith comes into strike, we see the backward point is now being sent right back on the boundary. Smith, known really to be a good cutter, loves to cut. As he faces another delivery again, again looking to cut, and this is going to run very close, goes down to the boundary for 4, again looking for that cut shot and come off the edge. Finer than he expected. And the short third man had really no chance as he go down to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, Smith is using Devon Smith, really using all his experience and not really cutting that, but just dabbing this one past the short third man between the keeper and the short third man, and 4 good looking runs.
39 for 2. Smith goes up to 16 as he faces another delivery. Again, he's looking for that shame shot, but that short third man come around and doing the feeling. So another single to Devon Smith. It's 40 for 2. Into the 5th over. And Charles, in his first over, going for 11 so far, goes back around the wicket to the right-handed Dennis Smith. Short delivery again, looking to cut. Loud appeal, umpire Buckner. Oh,
You mean the legendary, legendary Buckner, Butler, umpire
the
Butler.
umpire Butler on move. As again, he's swinging this one. This is going to go down to the boundary for 4. He didn't get hold of it, but again, being able to split, to beat the short fine leg and the backward square, and picking up another important boundary. That takes the score on to 44 for 2 at the end of 5 overs.
Yeah, good improvisation there by Dennis Smith, moving towards the off stump and hitting that ball from middle and off and down past the fielder at square leg and short fine leg, and 4 more runs to the Bayleaf Blasters. They have moved on now to 44 for 2 after 5 overs, halfway through the innings.
Well, we have seen these both teams play yesterday afternoon. And what sort of score you think Bayleaf Blasters would want to get up to really give themselves a chance? We see the explosive batting of Ginger Generals. I think they just fall under because of, again, splendid batting by Bayleaf Blasters. So you have in mind a sort of score that you think they should want to get up to the field comfortable.
Yeah, I would think anywhere about 100, 110, they would probably feel comfortable. But knowing the power of the Ginger Generals, I think the Bayleaf Blasters will probably want a lot more.
Yeah, I certainly agree. As Edwards comes it to Boulder Smith. Smith again dabbing this one down to the backward point, who was pushed back on the boundary. So another single to Smith. It's 45. And Devon Smith goes up to 18. And the right-handed Dennis Smith comes into strike. K2 just moving from cover to cover, from the right-hander to the left-hander. Edwards now goes over the wicket to the right-handed Dennis Smith. And he's swinging this one. Where does this go? Going to clear just over that man on the mid-wicket boundary for 6. Really a good shot, but just having to clear as he picked this one up from somewhere just around off some outside the off stump and clear the mid wicket fielder, straightest mid wicket fielder for 6.
Yeah, what was the length he could have gotten under this delivery?
Edwards once again to Smith. Smith is playing this one down to backward point. The fielder comes off the boundary. So another single, 52. We're into the 6th over. Both Smiths on 18. Devon Smith 18. Dennis Smith on 18. Devon Smith 18 from 13 deliveries. Dennis Smith 18 from 8 deliveries. Devon Smith faces this one and again plays it to short third man again. Good running by Dennis Smith there. The fielder rightfully return. Good backing up by Dennis Smith. It's 53 for 2. We into the 6th over. Larry Edwards in the 2nd over, gone for 16 so far. Charles went for 15 in his 1st over. And this is wide. Again, no shot offered. Larry just trained it. Larry Edwards train a bit in this delivery. As he's over the wicket once again to bowl to Dennis Smith. And again, Smith is looking to hit down to backward point. Made no contact. Again, you can see Smith just going wider. I think Edwards is aware that he was hit to over mid-wicket, straightest mid-wicket. Just want to keep the ball a little bit wider. Again, he goes wide. And again, Smith going outside the off stump, trying to play it down to between the fine leg and the short backward square leg. Made no contact. And that concludes over number 6. It's 54 for 2.
Yes, a decent over by Larry Edwards. Some only 10 runs coming out of this over, so a decent spell from Edward. Dennis Smith looking to improvise, but Larry Edwards having the better of him in this over. And at 52 for 2 after 6 overs with 4 overs remaining, Bayleaf Blasters would want to pick up the strike rate a little bit.
So Larry Edwards had 2 overs, no maiden, 17 runs, no wicket. Reynald Charles continues 2nd over, his 1st over going for 15. So he'll want to make this one a better one. And Smith is driving straight. Devon Smith down to long on. It's only a single. Ginger Generals won't be too perturbed if they're going to pick up singles. Try to avoid the boundaries. The right-handed Dennis Smith comes into strike. As Charles short, and this again is driven down to long off, and the fielder comes off the boundary again. Another single. Charles in his 2nd over, his 1st over going for 15. Picking up 2 in his first 2 deliveries. Smith is hitting this one high. Where does this go? The cover fielder comes wrong, takes an easy catch, and Devon Smith not getting hold of this one. Again, looking to clear the long off there, and you could see him having to stretch and not getting hold of this and easily taking it cover. And Smith goes very big wicket there. Devon Smith going for 19. It's 56 for 3.
Yeah, Devon Smith not really getting control and of that delivery, and he just spooning a catcher to extra cover where Larry Edwards moving smartly to take a well-judged catch, and the Bayleaf Blasters losing their 3rd wicket, the wicket of the captain Devon Smith, and the Ginger Generals really pulling things back here this morning.
So 56 for 3, and we are in over number 7. That's been a good start by the Ginger Generals, keeping things tight, keeping things in control. So Clint Crooney, the incoming batsman, as Dennis Smith. Faces Charles. Short delivery, and this one is hit in the air, and the fielder comes off the boundary, takes a good catch. Again, ball which was short and really didn't hit it as he should, didn't get hold of it, and hit it down to backward point. It looks like send ball coming off that square boundary. They're coming in and take a very good catch. And again, Smith not being able to make use of a short delivery.
Yes, 2 wickets for Charles in two consecutive deliveries, pushing the Bayleaf Blasters further in deeper trouble there as Charles picking up two crucial wickets, the wicket of Devon Smith and Dennis Smith.
So 56 for 4. Junior General really has been really keeping control of things. Remembering that they would have won the toss and as Bayleaf Blasters a bat first. And we are into the 7th over, 56 for 4.
All right, Crony. The batsman who's going to be on strike is Crony. Your son. Your son is at the wicket, so I hope he can put in a decent score for the Bayleaf Blasters.
Well, let's hope he can bring some form of stability. Just over 3 overs to face. So Charles with the first delivery, and he covers up to one and stays on a bit. So I think it's his first game.
Is he a dasher? Is he a dasher or is he an accumulator?
Yes, he's more stroke player. You probably might want to see him looking to play a lot of shots. So he faces a second delivery. This one he's hitting straight. Where does this one goes? Straight back over long off, and it cleared the boundary for 6.
This is a magnificent shot by Crony. The ball pitched up in the arc, and Crony making no mistake and helping himself to 6. A magnificent shot.
62 for 4. A good shot. And I think he hit straight. And it's so much, you get so much benefit when you're playing straight, when you're hitting straight. We see many of our batsmen just seeming to hit across the line.
Was it a discussion you had with him at home?
No, 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 I didn't. No, I didn't.
Hit straight.
But I think he knows, in discussion, he knows the importance of playing straight. I guess he probably would have heard me speak about it. Outside the off stump, and
That's
pretty wide.
I didn't go wide.
Was not signaled wide there. Caden Felix. Another wide delivery. Now being signaled wide. 63 for 4. We into the 8th over. And Felix, as he faces Kimo Peters, who have picked up the attack again wide of the off stump. Again, not being called wide again by the umpire. Another wide delivery. This time called wide, 64. So Peters is pulling 2 wide. Intent of giving the ball and pushing the wide. This is shorter, played down to long off. And Edwards, it's Milius, comes off the boundary. Edwards.
Larry Edwards.
So 65 for 4 today. Into the 8th over. Not the sort of start that Bayleaf Blasters would have wanted. Just 2 overs after this one. As Clint Crony comes into strike. Again, wide of the off stump. No shot offered. Yeah, Peters just pushing it wide and giving some air and pitching. Another one outside the off stump. Again, the batsman again looking to hit over cover. Might be wise to just shorter deliveries, and shorter delivery played down to long off. Again, Edwards comes off the boundary. And the batsman pick it up another single. So at the end of the over, Peters in his first over just going for 4. Run rate 8.25, 66 for 4 after 8 overs.
Yes, a very good over there by Peters, despite bowling two wide deliveries, but keeping things relatively quiet for the Ginger Generals, the Bayleaf Strikers. The innings today really hasn't taken off, and the 66 for 4 after 8 overs.
Yeah, and coming off that brilliant display of batting yesterday afternoon, they would have, even though having the bat first, would have been a confident team going into face Ginger Generals. But really just seemed to struggle. Really didn't get off to a good start.
I think they lost wickets at crucial points. They didn't really get to build a partnership or so, important wickets were lost at crucial times.
So we see St. Paul. He's going to pick it up in his second over from the southern end as he's going to bowl to Crony. And this one is hit, slow delivery is hit down to long off. Again, good variation there. This one was, Crony was beaten there and just played it down to long off. 67 for 4. I mean, the ninth over, and they really would want to really try to pick up as much boundaries as possible. And now in this late stage, St. Paul's to Felix. Felix is again looking to swing this one somewhere over long on. And not getting anywhere close to that delivery. So it has been a struggle. Felix on 1. Peters, St. Paul in the second over. He's picking up 1 for 6 in his first over. Again, another shortish delivery that had Felix in a little bit of difficulty. He probably tried to help this one on the onside or lift him.
Yeah.
67 for 4. You feel for St. Paul, third man just on the circle. Backward point on the boundary, cover. Another full delivery would be signal wide there, and they also going to pick up a bye. As we see St. Paul's trying to use a lot of variation there. And the batsman, they looking to play this one on the onside, and they're swinging further down the leg side. They pick up 2 in the process, 69 for 4. Bayleaf Blasters as St. Paul. And this one is swung and it goes straight to the backward square. Larry Edwards didn't pick it up. It come off the bottom edge and the batsman pick up another single. 9. Crony moves to 9. And it's 70 for 4. They would probably be happy to get up to about 90. But we need to see some big over. This one is played again straight to the fielder at that backward square position. They pick up a single in the process.
We run out.
Oh, it's actually run out. Direct hit there, and Crony just failing to make his ground. So yet another wicket. We see the replay here. So 70 for 5. Crony going to run out for 9 and 7 deliveries. And Ginger Journalists continue to keep a tight rein on things, picking up another wicket, the 5th wicket at 70.
Yes, a good piece of fielding, a sharp piece of fielding there by Larry Edwards from mid wicket and a direct hit, and Crony being found short of his ground, and the 5th wicket is now down for Bayleaf Blasters.
So it's 70 for 5. Devani Smith, yet another Smith, left-handed. Really was a good bit of feeling by Edwards. Ball was traveling really quickly. Smith faces first delivery and they push on the offside. They are going to pick up an easy single. Skeeter in that position just comes in and feel and really would feel pretty good after 9 overs, 71 for 5.
Yes, another good over there by St. Paul, and also a good spell, 2 overs for only 10 runs and picking up a crucial wicket. It's really a struggle for the Bayleaf Blasters this morning as Ginger Generals has really kept things tight. And to be fair of them, Crony, they have bowled well.
Yeah, yeah, they have bowled well, certainly. I think the first wicket that went, and again, was a really good delivery by St. Paul, where we see St. Lega caught behind. They have bowled well. I think today we can see that the bowlers did bowl well, despite, some individual shots, but I think they bowled well. So we into the last over, Peters, again outside the off stump, and we see Smith looking to drive, made no contact as he's over the wicket, second delivery, and it is hitting down to long off, doesn't carry. The fielder coming off the boundary, just taking it one bounce. He score more by 1 to 72 for 5. They have actually really controlled things through this 10 overs. Giving some air, he's down the wicket and should have been stumped there. But the keeper not collecting. Peters. This one is swung. This one going to clear that long on area and over the boundary for a welcome 6.
Yes, a good shot there by the batsman Felix. The bowler just dropping this one half pitch, and the batsman quite equal to the task and helping himself to 6.
So 78 for 5 after 9.4 overs. We had a few scores in the 70s. Let's see if this one will probably get into the tossed up and it hit high in the air. Someone is going to get under this. Larry Edwards comes on from long off and take an easy catch. And the Bayleaf Blasters lost their 6th wicket. 78 for 6. And just one delivery to go. So yet we are into the 70s. Edwards just coming over and take a simple catch. 78 for 6. And with one delivery to go, Ginger Generals will really be happy with the bowling performance today.
Yes, Crony, Ginger Generals. I think they did their homework last night and really came back with a lot of energy this morning and put the ball in the right areas and got crucial wickets at crucial times.
Yeah, they must have been disappointed yesterday afternoon. This final delivery, going for the off drive, made no contact. Once again, a team has ended 78 for 6. And Ginger General really would be happy with the performance in the first part of the game.
Yeah, I think Ginger Generals will be the happy of the two camps with Bayleaf Blasters only scoring 78 out their allotted 10 overs and good going there by the Ginger Generals to restrict them to only 78 for 6.
So at the end of the first half of this game, Bayleaf Blasters lost his toss and was sent into bat, and they ended at 78 for 6. Just a bit of the scorecard. Your Nicholas St. Louis was caught by Charles Bull St. Paul's. He scored 1. Kavim Hodge was bowled by Charles. Again, poor shot by Kavim Hodge. Devon Smith was caught by Edward Bull Charles, and he went for 20. Dennis Smith was caught St. Paul bowled by Charles for 19. Clint Crony run out for 9. Caden Felix caught Edwards bowled Peters 7. Devonny Smith not out 2. And Richard Rods was not getting off the mark. They score 78 for 6. Just to give you a bit of the bowling, Denroy Charles, 2 overs, no maiden, 16 runs, 1 wicket. He started well. His first over, I think, was a pretty good over. And that sort of start, really sort of give them the encouragement really to push on to keep things very tight. St. Paul also had a good spell, 2 overs, picking up one for 10. Uh, Edwards, 2 overs, no mean 17 runs, no wicket. Reynald Charles, 2 overs, no mean 23 runs, 2 wicket. And Kimo Peters, 2 overs, no mean 11 runs, 1 wicket. So all the bowlers I thought would have chipped in and really have done well. They really kept the pressure on. And Bayleaf Blasters really was not able to get off.
Yeah, it was important that the Ginger General start well this morning, and the bowlers really did the job for them this morning, keeping the Bayleaf Blasters on 78 for 6. A good bowling effort altogether.
Well, 79, Ginger General needs 79 for win to win. Now we have seen that even in low scores, teams chasing it had difficulty. This morning we would have seen a low score, and we saw that the team it was Nutmeg Warriors coming back strongly and being able to defend a score of 77. So it's not a loss. Bayleaf Blasters making 78 for 6. I think they should still be confident that even to defend that sort of score based on what happened in the games before.
Yes, Bayleaf Blasters, in order to win this game, they will have to take wickets and take wickets at regular intervals. And the first game this morning, the Cinnamon Strikers not getting off at all, and um, Ginger Generals this morning really keeping things tight on the Bayleaf Blasters, and giving themselves an opportunity to come back.
Yeah, with batting lineup of Ginger Generals here, one would feel that 78 is a score that they really should get pretty easily. We saw the batting of Keto, we saw the batting of Milius, and exciting Jeremiah. And with that sort of batting, they really should feel confident. They bowled well, and they really would want to finish off strong, and one would think that they would feel confident chasing that score.
Yeah, I think Ginger Generals with the batting lineup, they would definitely want these 2 points moving into the latter part of this tournament.
Yes, so just before we probably going to take a little break, but before that, we'll have Shireen down there to talk to someone. Probably she she's going to speak to Clint Cronin. So it will be interesting to hear their discussion. But again, good conditions and really good competitive games. At this time, I'll go down to Shireen and let's hear her discussion with Clint Cronin.
Okay, I have with me here today Clint Crony of the Bayleaf Blasters. Clint, at yesterday's matchup against Ginger Generals, you guys were able to blast through their total of 134 runs to claim victory. And today we see you guys being the 10 overs going for just 78 runs. Tell us about the batting experience on the pitch this morning.
Well, the pitch played preferably well. There's a bit of green on it, so there's a bit up and down in terms of bounce. Nonetheless, the runs is on the board, and we just tried our best to compromise on what we had today.
Okay, and the Ginger Generals require 79 runs to win. How do you guys think you'll fare well in defending your total?
Well, in 10 overs, pretty much anything can go anyway, right? It's a ball game, anything can happen. It merely takes just 1 over or 2 wickets to change a game, so we're going to come up with a strong attack as usual. We're going to try and restrict them as best as we can. Maybe in the first 4 overs, try and compromise on that as well.
Okay, I hear you mention the first 4 overs, and throughout the tournament we see Ginger Generals doing fairly well in the power play. So what sort of bowling attack would you anticipate in order to make that early breakthrough?
Well, I tell you what, right now it's just about confidence and who wants it more. So more or less we just have to back ourselves. We have the bowlers to do it, the likes of Pascal, we have Dubiset, who has been doing well in the competition thus far. So right now it's just to go out, put the ball in the right areas, and back ourselves, and hopefully we get the job done.
Well said. Okay, all the best and your cheese.
Thanks.
Well, as was said, I think it's very important that they have a good start if they're going to make any serious inroads. But we do have someone else, so I guess we go back down to Shireen.
Okay, with me now we have Ronald Charles of the Ginger Generals. Ronald, yesterday in your matchup against Bayleaf Blasters, we saw not the best bowling and fielding performance from the Ginger Generals. And today we've seen a marked improvement on the field. Within the last 24 hours, what changed?
It was just about, adjusting to the game plan and, as when instructions is given and it's not executed in the proper manner, you get punished for it. But today I think we did an excellent job and the balls was in the right areas. Restricting them for under 100 was a plus for us, which was the plan in the first instance, and we hope that we have a successful chase.
Okay, and in the chase, what do you anticipate in trying to get to the 79 runs?
Well, we know that they're going to come hard. We just have to be positive in the chase. Play ball at its merits and not try to do anything extravagant. But, cricket is a funny game. You can never take anything for granted. So we do hope that our batsmen just be positive for the whole 10 of us and we get us over the line.
Okay, well, all the best.
Thank you.
So we have come to the end of the first part of this game. Bayleaf Blasters 78 for 6. And Ginger General will be hoping to take 2 points in this game, get up to 79 for victory. We take just a short break and we should be back with you shortly for the second half of this game.
Live from the stadium that delivered that memorable and emphatic win to the West Indies, Grenada, comes the Dream 11 Spice-Style T10 2.0 cricket competition. 30 matches, 14 days of exciting T10 cricket action. 6 teams, only one will be champion. See the likes of the Spiceman, Andre Fletcher, Devon Smith, international players Kesrick Williams, Alec Atenes, and more. Support your team. Love the game. Dream 11 Spice-Style T10 2.0 cricket competition. April 5th to the 18th. Grenada National Stadium. Pure Spice of the Caribbean.
Energy. The world runs on it every day.
Good morning. Welcome to Seoul.
Hi.
Hi.
And when we put the best of the Caribbean together with the energy we harness, everything runs so much smoother. Because at the end of the day, it's all about connecting people.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Seoul, wherever your journey begins.
The biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
And welcome back, of course, for what might turn out to be a very interesting game here. And this is, in fact, the second of three fixtures we've got here today. Ginger Generals against Bayleaf Blasters. So, going to be the reply. 78 was the score, so 79 for victory. And the first ball is going to be bowled shortly. So we want to welcome back viewers and listeners everywhere. I think the first two games a bit disappointing. So it's going to be Bayleaf Blasters trying to defend a total of 78. First delivery, there is an appeal, and there's a return coming from the non-striker's end, and coming to the non-striker's end rather, and so there have been sort of early mix-up there. Well, we haven't been short of drama at all. Let's look at the first delivery. Ball came in very quickly, took the batsman on the pad, clearly going down the leg side. But there was an appeal, and Milius will fight on. Here is Hodge bowls, and Milius is struck on appeal. The appeal for leg before, struck on the pad. The appeal for leg before given, and so he's got a dismal run. So Milius has gone. Let's look at the replay here. Poor shot. Well, if he missed there, the first one was close. This one, the umpire says that's out. So Milius goes leg before to Hodge without scoring. And they're in trouble immediately. They are none for one.
Yes, Kimani Milius just missing a straight delivery, trying to hit across the line of this one, and this one would cannon into middle stump, and umpire had no hesitation of sending him out. So a very poor start by the Ginger Generals.
No, I'm really disappointed in Milius there. I do know that all it takes, John, is just one ball to dismiss a player. But there's nothing wrong, especially in your first over, to play a little bit on the straight. Get 2 or 3 balls in, your eyes are in, and then you can go for your big shots. I just thought that was just too premature, really.
And really not a big total, not a challenging total, only 78.
So you can play quite orthodoxly and get your runs going. Well, Roland Cato comes out to join Johan Jeremiah. Delivery that straightens on him. There is an appeal for caught behind. That was really well bowled. Really well bowled. This one really straightened. Didn't come in with the arm. And Smith collecting behind the stumps. Beautifully bowled.
Wow, yeah, lovely delivery by Hodge.
Hodge is in once more to bowl to Cato, who is coming forward, pushes the ball just to the right of the bowler on this follow through, who comes around, picks it up gleefully and goes back. Good start here by Kareem Hodge as he moves in, bowls to Cato. Cato is turning that up to mid wicket. Played a very good gets off the mat. Played a very good hand yesterday. Really batted very well for his 60 odd. And so they finally off the mark. Ginger General, they're 1 for 1. Brings Johan Jeremiah, who also played a very good hand yesterday. Well, he batted.
Oh yes, Jeremiah has been batting well throughout the tournament, and he would need to continue to bat well for Ginger Generals if they're going to chase down that modest total of 78.
Yes, he's such a lovely player to look at. Johan Jeremiah got tremendous potential, as it will be Hodge into his 6th delivery in bowls. And Jeremiah comes forward, just pushes the ball out to extra cover as Devon Smith picks the ball up. That completes the over at the end of the over. Very good over there by Kareem Hodge. He has bowled 1 over, just costing 1 run, picked up the prize wicket of Milius. And the Ginger Generals, well, they're in trouble. They're 1 for 1.
Yes, this is probably one of the better overs we have seen in this tournament, especially from a spinner with the new ball. Calvin Hodge, a really decent over there by Calvin Hodge. I'm putting mildly, but it was an excellent over.
Excellent over. Really well bowled. Really well bowled. And so much innovations with the game. Tremendous transformations. And the game is evolving all the time. Who would have thought that maybe 20 years ago, 20, 30 years ago, that your opening bowler would be a spinner. Now it's a common sight in international cricket. And it would be Neelan Pascal, who had a dream game yesterday, picked up 3 wickets in his 2 overs. Really, he's bowled pretty well in the tournament so far. He's going to move in now to bowl to Kato. Here is Pascal in now, bowls to Kato, who is getting a delivery outside the off stump. That one touchdown outside the off stump, and then move further away.
Yeah.
Predominantly gets the ball, since in his youthful career, to move away from the right-handed batsman. I always think that that's the more dangerous ball. Some people would not agree. But when that ball beats you, there isn't a second line of defense, and that's why I think it's more dangerous. Here he is once more. Pascal comes in now and bowls to Kato. Kato is on the back foot and pulls well down to deep forward square leg. Will get a single. He was into line very quickly, got a short rising delivery, and pulled it down to forward square. So 1 more to his total. He's now gone on to 2, and Jeremiah comes into strike. When he got his first runs yesterday, that's Kato, collected 4, well driven off drive for 4. I just felt that the way that he hit the ball, that he was going to score some runs, and he did. So Pascal, there's a little change of the extra cover, now going into the mid-wicket area as well. No, it's a left-hander, so he's now gone to extra cover, from mid-wicket to extra cover. Here is Pascal, and he's asking he's at cover, and then he's asking the extra cover fielder to move a little bit to his left. He's in now and bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah gets a good delivery, brings him forward. Well bowled though, but equally well played by Jeremiah. Well done. Total remains on 2 for 1.
Yes, some good cricket there. The last over and a half by both teams. Well, more the Bayleaf Blasters. Some good bowling.
Pascal is in and bowled to Jeremiah. Jeremiah has a big swish at that one, injudicious shot, as Smith collects behind the stumps. I really wish I had the speed going on here to see what sort of mileage that Pascal is bowling. And he's obviously not as swift as he used to be. He did get up to around 90 miles per hour when he started to play in the Stanford tournament. And that was very sharp for a youngster. But he's still bringing the ball through rather quickly. He's in now to bowl to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is driving over the head of the backward point fielder, and that's going to go into the boundary for 4.
Yes, Pascal just guilty of bowling this one wide, and Jeremiah not needing a second invitation to go over backward point and collecting 4 runs.
So the intent was good, the placement was also good. Got 4. He just flung his hands at that ball, and it went off the outer portion. He's gone to 4, 6 for 1. As Pascal in once more and bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is coming forward and clips the ball nicely. Fine shot behind square. That's 4 runs. That was sinking down the leg side, and he came inside the line. And I just talk about the skill of this young player. Look at he came nicely inside the line, clipped it nicely behind square. 4 runs. Beautiful shot. The over comes to an end, and 9 runs coming off that over, inclusive of 2 boundaries. And the Ginger Generals, they've now gone to 10 for 1. 10 for 1 after 2. The required run rate is just 8.63, so that shouldn't be much of a problem.
Yes, Pascal, maybe just starting this one a little too straight, and this one just still in long leg side, and Jeremiah just helping himself to 4. 10 for 1 after 2 overs, steady going.
Yeah, don't forget, John, we did talk about the hills over the Dabo area. Very lovely vantage point. Don't forget, you need to go there. Here's a delivery that brings the batsman forward, pushes it up to long on, gets a comfortable single. He's now gone on to 3. Kato, and the total has gone to all the ones, 11 for 1.
Yes.
And I'm going to keep checking you out to make sure you get up there. Get a good power view of this lovely, lovely Queen's Park area, and further beyond too. Panoramic view. Here is now Hodge in now to bowl to Jeremiah. Jeremiah comes forward, steers the ball in front of square on the outside, gets a comfortable single. This is very good batting here by Jeremiah. Takes his total now on to 9, and the total has moved on now to 12. 12 for 1 brings Cato into strike. Lot depends on these two. Spear. Hodge in, bowls to Cato. Cato heaves that over the mid-wicket area. That's gone a long way. That's gone for 4. Maybe just dropped inside the line. But he took that from outside the off stump and slog swept it down to the straightish mid-wicket boundary, and it went for 4, just meandering over the boundary line. Let's see where it dropped. Where you make it?
Yeah,
just inside.
Just inside.
Yes. So he's gone out to 7. It's 16 for 1. Hodge once more to bowl to Cato. Cato is on the back to get an absolute beauty. And there is a appeal for leg before. The ball goes down to third man, and they scamper for a single. Now that was faster through the air and flatter, and was struck on the back foot. And that might well have been going down the leg side. That's the only problem there might be. He stands with arms akimbo. Let's look at it here. Now it slid on. Might have been just beating the leg stump.
Yes.
So I think it was a good decision by the umpire.
Yeah, it looks that way.
But he really cramped him, came on quicker with the arm. It was a close call there for Cato, who was making room outside the leg stump. So Jeremiah comes into strike. He's on 9. As Hodge, who has bowled very well so far, has picked up 1 for 7. Moves in, bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is hitting that in the air. Somebody is going to be after it. No, but it goes over the boundary line. Well, for a moment, it looks as though Sherman Lewis was into play, was in action. But it sailed over his head. Don't forget, he's a tall man too, but it was well struck. And he hit it as straight as possible. And so Sherman Lewis, coming off from that long off position, wasn't able to turn it into a catch. And it went all the way for 6. So he's now gone to 15. Here is Hodge bowled way outside the off stump. Would have been called a wide, I would think, but he chased it and managed just to cut it down to backward point. Devon Smith feeling there. The over comes to an end at the end of it. 23 for 1. 23 for 1, Ginger Generals. And Johan Jeremiah, he's on 15. He's such a lovely player to look at.
Yes, Jeremiah continued to play well, and for his team, Ginger Generals, and showing his class and confidence. Just stroking that one from Hodge over long off and collecting 6, and with the score 21 for 1 after 3 overs. I think probably Ginger Generals is in a better place right now.
I would think so. Now the required run rate is just 7.67, which is good. 23 for 1. You will think that they're nosing just a little ahead, but a couple of wickets here can prove to be rather critical. So it's going to be Amical Dubisset. Yes, from the far end. Pretty long approach. He's going to move in now to bowl to Cato with Dennis Smith standing up. In bowls outside the off stump, and a wide signal, but Dennis Smith is right there and collects behind the stumps. He's such a fine keeper, isn't he, John?
Yes, we call him Busybody. He's
good name for him.
Yeah, he's sharp and full of energy.
Yes. Saw him as a schoolboy many years ago. Knew that he had potential, especially with the bat. Here is Dubisset in now to bowl to Cato, and Cato is getting a good delivery outside the off stump. He was feeling of that, and Dennis Smith again standing up. Such a contrast to the other keepers in this tournament. He is more than a shade above the others. Competent, efficient, knows where he should be at what time.
Yeah, excellent glove work.
Great glove work.
Yeah,
really is. Yeah, once more is Dubisset moves in to bowl to Cato. Cato is coming forward, driving well. Fine shot, 4 runs through extra cover. Well, he is in good nick. There is no question about that. It was pitched up, and he stretched the left bat slightly down and across, and he smashed that through the extra cover area. And he knew from the moment he hit it, it was going to be 4 because he didn't bother to run. Just the fielder running after the ball with academic interest. That's all. 4, 28 for 1.
A lovely shot by Kato. A classical cover drive, if one may say that.
Yes, it was really lovely. I love to see cover drives. It's always pleasing, whether it's a left-hander or a right-hander, whether you're a tail-ender or you're number 3. It's always beautiful to see the extra cover drive. They say it's one of the most pleasant drives, shots in the game. Here is Dubisette in balls to Kato. Kato is hitting that in the air, slightly inside out. This is challenging close to the boundary. They will come back for the second run. The return comes in, and they get 2. This one was not with the greatest of control, but it yielded 2 anyway over the extra cover area. Don't forget, we're still in the power play, so the fielder's got to be inside the circle there. They're now sending back the sweeper to the boundary, and the fielder at the deep mid wicket is coming into the circle. I think this is a good move. Dubisette moves in once more to bowl to Kato, who's on 13, and Kato is leaving that alone outside the off stump. That completes the over. Oh, is there one more to go? There is, in fact, one more to go.
2.
2 more to go. Oh, I'm jumping way ahead, John. why I'm so ardent about completing the over. So my bad, listeners. I really do apologize to everybody. But again, they say it's human to err. 30 for 1. Here is Kato. Facing up now to Dubisette, who to this delivery is opening the face of the bat, glides the ball down to backward point, thought about a single, and then was quite rightly sent back. This was good calling on the part of Jeremiah. Of course, if the ball goes behind square on either side, it is always the non-striker who should be saying, one on, don't come, wait, as the case may be. And Johan did the very correct thing there to send him back. 30 for 1, as Dubisette from the far end. This is going to be his final delivery. He's there now, and bowls to Kato, gets inside the line, turns it neatly, down behind square. The hustle for 1. They will come back for the second. The return comes in to the keeper, and even if it were a good one, still they had sufficient time to canter for the second run. So the over comes to an end. 4 overs gone. The power play has just been completed. 32 for 1. The required run rate 7.83. They're going now at 8 runs per over, and they're on course, I would think, here, John, to overhaul this total. 47 required of 36.
Yes, some positive batting by Kato and Jeremiah, making the ranches quite comfortable. The power play yielding some 32 runs and just 1 wicket lost, and surely the camp of the Ginger Generals would be the easier one now.
Yes, I would think so. But Sherman Lewis has been called into the attack. I just think that this year he's bowling better than he did last year. I don't know. Of course, you'll be closer to know what it is he's doing a little better this year than he did last year. Last year he didn't seem to be himself at all.
If I may say, I think he's a lot fitter this year.
Okay.
Because we have come in and the SNC, the strength and condition and person has really got them through their paces, and the fast bowlers, especially fast bowlers, they have done a lot of strength and conditioning work. So Sherman Lewis and Preston Maxwell and Darius Martin and Josh Thomas, they're all, and Nicholas Redhead, they have all gone through the paces of strength and conditioning.
Very nice. Here is Lewis, moves in to bowl to Jeremiah. Jeremiah gets a short delivery. Oh, he really was a short, nasty one. But you know what? I still will give Jeremiah tremendous credit there. It was a swift delivery. It was sharp and fast and rather dangerous too. And he had to pull the bottom hand away very quickly. We'll get the replay here. Now, I would give him credit. Why? Because he kept his eyes on the ball. Now, that's good. And pulled the bottom hand away very quickly. You've got to be a very good technical player to be able to handle that ball like he did.
Yes, that was a very quick delivery by Sherman Lewis, and Johan Jeremiah. He's in good form.
Yes, well played. Absolutely well played. He didn't have him sun dancing there at all. So Kato is 15. Cato looked from the non-strikers and saw that. Wonder what's going through his mind there now. Here is Lewis in now. The ball to Cato. Cato is turning that ball up on the onside through forward square. And they get a single. So one more to his total. The both batsmen there now on 16. Jeremiah comes into strike. I think in the back of his mind, Johan, he's going to remember that he got a short rising one that had him a little bit disconcerting. And he goes down and does a little bit of, I don't know if you want to call that little nervous tapping at the crease there, and goes back and would just go into his stance now. Here is Lewis in. Should he pepper him in now and bows to Jeremiah? Jeremiah gets a short delivery, which he, in tremendous composure, just goes under it and allows it to go into the glove of Smith. But I love this. This is nice aggressive bowling. That's what it's all about, Sherman. You're right. Come in there, bend your back, and turn up the heat on these two Ginger Generals batsmen.
Yes, I think Sherman Lewis is really running in hard this morning, trying to get the breakthrough for his team.
Yes. So here once more is Lewis moves in to bowl to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is outside the off stump, cuts the ball well, 4 runs.
6.
It goes all the way. Oh, it actually went all the way. Thank you so much, John. Of course, you've got better eyes than I do. But that was shot outside the off stump. And he made some room outside the leg stump. Let's look at it here. And he lifted it nicely. He knew where he wanted to hit that ball. And it went all the way for 6. That was a lovely shot. It was a marvelous shot there. And a shot of confidence. So Jeremiah has gone to 22 and the total has gone to 40 for 1. Well played. Beautiful. I love this contest. This is really fascinating. Here is Lewis in now and bows to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is coming forward, gets a Yorker-like delivery. I thought he handled it very well, just dug it out, opened the face of the bat in the process and get it just by square on the offside. So a single resulted there. So one more to his total. Jeremiah's gone to 23.
Yeah.
Is 41 for 1.
Yeah, a lovely contest. Stevenson, yesterday somebody was saying to me that the Volcanoes players in this tournament has added a little bit of value to it. What's your thoughts?
Oh, yes, it does. I love the fact that you've got some of the Volcanoes players coming, brings a bit of maturity and a bit of skill. Here is Lewis now in and bowls to Cato, wide delivery outside the off stump, now confirmed by the umpire. I think it was really good, really nice innovation to have these players coming in there and bringing a sense of maturity and a sense of skill to the tournament rather than all the local players from the various clubs, so to speak, being involved. So that's going to help some of the local players, of course, to bring the game, lift the game.
Nice. Very
Fantastic innovation, I think.
Good.
Turns once more is Lewis. It's been a very interesting over. In now to bowl to Cato. He passes the umpire now and bowls to Cato. Cato is coming forward. Would be called a wide? No, he didn't call that a wide. He probably said, the umpire says, well, okay, it was marginal, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. The over comes to an end. 10 runs coming off that over, including, of course, a 6 down to backward point. Hit there by Johan Jeremiah. The over has come to an end. 42 for 1. And they need 37 of 30.
Yes, Ginger Generals going along merrily at 42 for 1, just a required run rate of only 7.4, and they're doing quite well at this time. But just going back, Stevenson, to the Volcanoes players, what you really want to see from the Volcanoes players is that they stand out.
Yes, they got to stand out, and you've got some good players,
Right.
really. And some players who've been around for some time too. They're not debutants, so to speak. So they now got to say, hey, we're as good as all the other players in the region. And our batsmen got to go there and score hundreds. Now, we haven't been seeing that with our Volcano players. They've got to score not 30s and 40s. They've got to get up to 100. Let's break for a little while. Delivery by that is hit down over the long on area. That's a fine ball shot there by Jeremiah. He got on that one and he lifted it. Now, I don't know if we really understand the skill of this young man. Look how well he hit it. He attacked the ball very quickly. He knew that it was in the slot and he lifted it over the long on area, and it clearly went over the boundary by about 10 yards. 6 runs there to Jeremiah has gone to 29. Here once more is Richard Rogers. RR comes in now to bowl to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is coming forward and he tugs that one down to, well, where did that go? Just seem to have lost it a bit. And it's gone
over extra
over
cover.
extra cover this time. And it went all the way. Actually went all the way. 6. Beautiful. This time he opened the face of the bat and lifted it over extra cover. This is fine batting. He's gone very quickly to 25. They were both on 16 at the same time, and he's gone. He really is left to Cato there. Here is Rogers now bowls down the leg side, looking to swing that down the backward square. Doesn't make contact. The ball cannons into the body and ricochets out on the offside. The keeper and Dennis Smith just goes around, picks up, and the ball is back now with Rogers. He's been treated very badly so far. Here's a delivery that brings Johan Jeremiah forward. Maybe takes the outer edge of the bat and goes down to a short third man. Got a single. One more to his total. Is now got to 36. Is 55 for 1.
Yes, some excellent batting by Johan Jeremiah, hitting the ball on length, and it's no slugging. No slugging there. The ball is in the area, and he's confident enough to hit it over the boundary.
Yes, really. I like the way he does respect the balls that are very good and those that are hittable and poor. He does put them away. Here's a delivery by Rogers. Opens the face of the bat. The right-handed Cato. And taps the ball behind square and the offside. Saw the opportunity for the single. Johan Jeremiah called him quickly through, and the response was positive. One more to Cato, who's gone to 17. 56 for 1. Johan Jeremiah, who has struck 2 sixes so far, 4 rather, comes into strike. Here is Rogers, brings him forward, the left-handed stylish batsman forward, and pushes the ball out to straightish extra cover. Picked up, but not before the batsman could cross for 1. So one more to Jeremiah will be taking strike. He's 37, 17 to Cato. Well, 4 overs gone, so I think scoring 57 for 1 in the power play, I would say that they're happy with their position. It means that they require, well, outside the power play, 6 overs gone, beg your pardon, they require 22 from 24.
Yes, Ginger Generals should win comfortably from here. Only 22 runs of another 4 overs, and Jeremiah and Cato batting very well this morning for the Ginger Generals.
Yes, they're batting very well. Maybe they'll just carry them right home. It's quite possible. Just 22 runs to go from 24. Sherman Lewis turns from the top of his mark and begins to move in. Nice, beautiful approach. He's there now and bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah leaves that alone outside the off-stump. The ball just dropping before it gets to Smith. And there is no run. But I remember him, of course, even before he had made his first tour to India. That's Lewis. That he did swing the ball very well. He bowled also some very good Yorkers. And he was an absolute wonderful prospect. It just seemed to have tapered away a bit, but he has come back pretty well. He's in now to Jeremiah, who is thought about advancing down the track, and then belatedly made up his mind to abort the shot, stay there in the end, and just had a little schoolboyish dab at it outside the off stump. Picked up, didn't make contact, and the keeper, that's Dennis Smith, collecting behind the stumps. Still 57 for 1. Lovely day this. We've had some cloudy conditions, but hasn't interfered with play so far. As Lewis again in a little darker conditions, in now and posts to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is short off the back foot and cuts that one behind point. Will get only a single this time. But he just waited onto the back foot as if he anticipated that the ball was going to be shorter. And I thought he handled it very well, got right on top of the bounce and cut it behind square. So he is gone by 1 to 38. Cato, who has been like a spectator there over the last over or so, comes in to strike. He's on 17. It's 58 for 1. So Lewis moves in now to bowl to the right-handed Cato. Cato is coming forward, pushes the ball out to short extra cover. The distinguished statesman is feeling there. That's, of course, Devon Smith, and has all rights to be described as a distinguished statesman. He's given great yeoman, prolific service to West Indies cricket, and of course the Windward Islands that he's served for so many years since he was 18 years of age. Turned once more is Lewis into his strides. Now he's there and balls to Cato, and Cato is having a big swish at that one outside the arch stump. Should have just left that, let it go its way, but of course with the 10-10 frame of mind these days, those that are wide like that, you still do go after them. And again, they require 21 of 19, so should be easy victory. Yon Jeremiah just gone up to Roland Cato and said, hey, no, that doesn't look very good. There's no need for that. We're well on course, so let's just take our time and bring it home. Lewis turns from the top of his mark. It's going to brush past the umpire now. There, and bowls to Cato. Cato is looking to pull that. Well, it goes over the keeper head into the boundary for 4. That's not where he wanted it to go, inadvertently. And don't forget that Smith is not a tall keeper. Let's look at the replay. And even if it were a Michael Findlay or Jeff Dujan, they certainly would not have gotten there. It went down to the fine leg boundary for 4, 62 for 1, as 7 overs comes to an end.
Yes, Lewis bowling the short delivery there to Cato, and Cato trying to evade really, and the ball just hitting the gloves and lobbing over the keeper and down to the boundary for 4. A decent over by Sherman Lewis. Just keeping things tight and not letting Ginger Generals to run away quite yet.
Yeah, John, you played, of course, for the Windward Islands, and John Eugene, I was privileged to do quite a number of games while you played as a commentator, of course, certainly not on the field of play. The bowler that you faced, that you felt, if not intimidated, I know you're such a brave, but who's that bowler that probably gave you a little bit more trouble than others did?
Yeah, I always feel that, I always think that Courtney Walsh is probably the bowler.
Here is Pascal outside the arse stump. Big swish at that one by Jeremiah, doesn't make contact. What it is he did that may have caused you a bit of a bother?
Courtney Walsh, he used to have that ball darting back at you on a regular basis, and the one that held it line, this one was the more dangerous one.
Well, just to let you know that the rain has come down a bit heavier. Than the heaviest that we've had all day. This time the umpire says it's too heavy to continue play. So the players are coming off, and I don't think it's going to rain torrentially. I really don't think so at all. But they're coming off, and it's just eased a little. As to whether they're going to bring the main covers, yes, they are going to also bring the main covers on. Looking at the far eastern skies, you can't see any blue there at all. It's mainly cloudy, but not dark, viciously grey, black, ominous clouds. So I must say that the chances of play is going to happen sometime a little later on. But I would not try to suggest by any stretch of imagination that I'm a meteorologist, although I've had some interest of it early on. I've always been fascinated by the weather and tried to make my own individual predictions, most of which I must admit have been right.
Correct. Well, you were one of a few.
Yeah, one of the fields that I always thought about. I liked it very much. So yeah, we go back to, of course, you're playing against Courtney Walsh. She did dart the ball back. That's true, and then got the one that would straighten up on you.
Yeah, this is probably one of the most dangerous deliveries that you could face. The balls keep darting back at you. Sometimes jamming on your fingers and sometimes on the rib cage, and you find one, you look for the same one, and it just holds its line. And he had pace too, and
yes,
he could come with pace and bounce.
Pace and bounce.
Yeah, but I think the most feared bowler was Malcolm Marshall.
Malcolm.
Yeah.
Ooh, he was such a
He's skillful. Oh.
Yes. And you know, the thing about Malcolm is it's not just a skill, but he had this ability to read the game so very well.
Yes.
Yeah,
And read every batsman that he bowled to. That was important.
Yes.
Yeah. So
he knew who he was going to bowl to.
He knew he was.
Yeah, he knew the strengths and the weaknesses. What about in the spinning department? Anyone appeal to you, spinning, bowling against you?
I think in my era, you know, the fast bowler used to dominate.
Yes.
You had the likes of Clyde Butts and Roger Harper and Rajendra Dhanraj. You know, they were good spinners, but they were not the ones causing the damage. It was always the faster bowlers and stuff. But I think the leg spinners, Roll Lewis, yeah, they on the good day,
yes,
they were difficult.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Roll in his early days turned the ball big.
Yes.
He really did.
Yes. He used to fees. I remember Junior Murray always used to tell me, because I used to feel sometimes in the slip, sometimes close on, and he used to tell me, Roll is not feezing the ball now. So he needs to feeze it through.
Yes.
And you would see that Roll coming with that big leg break, and this one would just feeze across the batsman. It was a beautiful sight.
Yes, he was a big turner of the ball. In fact, I remembered him in his school days and came out with a big bang. And he was turning the ball square, and people were wondering where on earth did this guy came from that will turn the ball so big. The only person who did it as maybe as big as he did was one called Alistair de Bellot, who of course played against people like Kentish and Teixeira and these guys back then, played back in the 70s and early 80s. But Raw Lewis succeeded him, and was a big turner of the ball. Well, just in case you've just joined us, just to let you know that rain has in fact interrupted play here at the National Cricket Stadium in St. George's. So while that happened, of course, the Ginger Generals, they had to scurry off 62 for 1. They very much was on course for victory. So we have to just, we will in fact make a bit of a cut here and we'll let you know what the situation is. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, as soon as we got some words for you, we're going to come back and let you know what the situation of the game is.
Live from the stadium that delivered that memorable and emphatic win to the West Indies, Grenada, comes the Dream 11 Spy-Style T10 2.0 cricket competition. 30 matches, 14 days of exciting T10 cricket action. 6 teams, only one will be champions. See the likes of the Spiceman, Andre Fletcher, Devon Smith, international players Kesrick Williams, Alec Atenes, and more. Support your team. Love the game. Dream 11 Spy-Style T10 2.0 cricket competition, April 5th to the 18th, Grenada National Stadium. Pure spice of the Caribbean.
Energy. The world runs on it every day.
Good morning. Welcome to Soul.
Hi.
Hi.
And when we put the best of the Caribbean together with the energy we harness, everything runs so much smoother. Because at the end of the day, it's all about connecting people.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Soul, wherever your journey begins.
The biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Have you ever seen a job cooking oil down and Tanya log in the same pot? Neither have we until now, but we guarantee there is a whole lot more amazing things to see on your next trip to Grenada. And if you encourage someone to book an adventure to our island paradise, then you can be one of the winners of special prizes compliments the 473 Connect program by the Grenada Tourism Authority. Sign up at experts.puregrenada.com/473connect.
I too have felt the impact of this pandemic and miss the days of being able to socialize with the freedom we once had. But it is in these times that we must come together to fight as one people through getting vaccinated and doing what's right. I am Aruna Neptune and I am fully vaccinated. Play your part. Keep yourselves, your loved ones, and your community protected. Spice Mass, here we come. It's our time again.
Somerset Mountain has this amazing 55 acres of complete rainforest estate, organic, natural environment. We believe that when you come to Grenada, there's so many things to explore and see, and you can come to Somerset Mountain and volunteer.
We do organic farming, tourists could come in and enjoy themselves up here.
You can plant trees, you can pick fruits, you can harvest spices with us, and you actually give back to the island.
We have that great atmosphere, so I think it's a great place that tourists will love to be, and they will enjoy themselves as fully as you can.
We have an awesome team of agriculture workers here at Mystic Mountain. When you come here, you get to connect with Mr. McIntosh and Mr. Richardson, and you leave here as a friend. You know, you become very close to people, and here will always be a home away from home, and you're always welcome back.
Welcome to Mystic Mountain. Come and join us in voluntary tourism.
Deeply rooted in our rich ancestral traditions. Spice Mass, the return, a celebration of life.
Welcome to Spice Mass 2022. Reviving the spirit of our ancestors through our traditional mass. Jab, the unique celebration of freedom, drenched in black. Feel the power. The rejuvenating sound of pan. A display of colors in fancy mass. And the rebirth of calypso and soca music.
The biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today.
Welcome back here at the National Stadium, and as I did in fact intimate prior to us coming off the air that the rain would not have stayed long, and John Eugene might have questioned my meteorological skills, and I've been proven to be right. So they're back on the field, I must say. And the Ginger General 62 for 1. There have not been any adjustments to the over, we're told. So 7.1 overs gone, so there'll be a further 2.5 remaining to get the remaining runs, 17 that is. Good. So all seem to be ready. The umpire is making sure all the players are where they're supposed to be. And it's going to be Neil and Pascal who's going to continue from where he left off. Just the one ball he bowled in his second over. In now, bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah looking to tug that out on the onside. Doesn't make the kind of contact that he really wanted. Nevertheless, went out to a short extra cover. Devon Smith came in very quickly. Couldn't prevent the batsman from crossing for the single. So he's gone by 1. Jeremiah to a well-played 39. And Cato, who is a little bit more sedate, however, his 21 runs have come off 20 deliveries. He's now come in to strike. There is a third man, backward point, just to the left of the umpire. There is a sweeper going right back on the boundary. Extra cover, long off, long on. Deep mid-wicket, deep forward square, and a fine leg in the circle. There is Pascal in now, bowls to Cato. Cato comes inside the line and turns a short rising delivery. Well, I would say hip high delivery, just in front of square on the onside to where square leg would have been, and the scamper a single. So the required run rate now is 6, and the current run rate has now gone to 8.53. They require 15 of the last 15 deliveries, so the equation is 1 run per ball. Here is Pascal in now and bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah has a big swish at that outside the off stump, collected by Dennis Smith. So, John, I'm going to go back to you. Your most memorable innings.
100 against Barbados.
I thought you were going to say there are so many of them.
Well, there are a few. There are a few. Yeah, there are a few. But the first one, first class 100 against Barbados.
We're going to come back to that. Pascal is in, bowls to Jeremiah. Jeremiah gets a slower bouncer down the leg side and look to hit that big. But he had to wait for that ball to come on to him. In the end, might have taken somewhere, maybe the hip, and run behind him on the outside. Smith running across and save what might have been a single or two. Yes, memorable knock that was, and two of the best commentators in the region then, Tony Cozier and Red Sparrow, they've always talked very highly of it. So it has stayed in their minds and must have stayed in your mind for quite a while. Still there, right?
Yes, very much so.
I'm going to come back to you again. The question is, while Nilam Pascal is coming in, what made that inning so special? Moves in now to bowl to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is getting onto the back foot and cards that nicely. Fine shot. 4 runs behind square on the offside. I think he just waited a little bit to make sure that he was going to bisect those two players. One down a deep third man and a deep backward point. And it went beautifully executed between both of them down to the boundary for 4. He's gone to 43. And the total has moved on to 68 for 1. There's a big possibility that he could get up to his 50. What was so special about that innings?
I think I was very young, 19.
19 at the time.
Yeah, and playing against all these great West Indies players, Malcolm Marshall and Desmond Haynes and Gordon Greenidge. And coming from nowhere, really. And the venue. Kensington Oval, the mecca of West Indies cricket, and you know the crowd.
Yes,
the crowd really into the cricket in Barbados. You know that, Stevenson.
Absolutely.
And everybody appreciated the innings. So and you know I could remember clearly we know Islands. We were on the back foot, 30 something for 3 overnight, and myself and Ian Allen, the night watchman. We didn't get out. I didn't get out not until after tea.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, here is Rogers in now to bowl to Cato, and Cato is making room of the back foot and squirts the ball down to backward point, gets a single. He's now moved on to 23, and the total has moved on to 69 for 1. But it must have been a pretty brave innings on your part, maybe schoolboyish bravery.
Yes. Well. At that age, you're fearless.
That's what I mean.
Yes, there's nothing else but just bat.
And you certainly did bat, did you? Oh,
Yeah.
I remembered it. Trust me, I did. So here is Rogers, who would move in now to bowl to the left-handed Johan Jeremiah, who is looking to turn the ball out on the outside. They go to for a quick single. They've got to hurry. The return comes into the non-striker's end. And maybe Smith was a little bit slow in challenging that ball. And it so happened that Jeremiah was able to really scamper through to get the single. 70 for 1. We're over number 9. So 9 required of the final 10. Rogers is in now to bowl to Cato. Cato is coming forward and driving the ball up on the offside. Devon Smith, who tumbled over, stopped it and then did a bit of footballing skill and kicked the ball directly to the bowler with alarming accuracy. 70 for 1. He moves in again now. Rogers to bowl to Cato. Cato is making room outside the off stump, carts the ball down to the sweeper position. They're coming back for the second run. They've got to hurry. The return comes in, but they get there quite comfortably in the end. Almost cantered the second run. So 2 more to Cato, who looks good. He's now gone on to 25, the quarter century mark. And the total has gone to 72 for 1. So 7 needed of 8 deliveries. Here is once more Rogers in now and bowls to Cato. Cato is advancing down the track. Hit that straight. That's a fine shot. That's a fine shot for 4. For the moment I saw him put on his dancing shoes, I knew that there was something gracious about it. Moved down the track, got to the pitch of the ball, and he kept his shape well and hit it very nicely. and that went down to the straight on boundary for 4. Fine shot, he's gone to 29. The total's gone to 76 for 1.
Yes, a lovely shot by Kato using his feet and just stroking that ball down past long on for 4.
3 needed from 7. Here's Rogers in now to bowl to Kato. Kato is looking to use his feet. This time the bowler saw him coming and sinked it into the leg stump, into the pad, and can do no more but take it on the pad. The ball dribbled out on the onside. The ball on his follow through came to rather quickly, picked the ball up. So that completes the over, and at the end of the over, 76 for 1, Ginger Generals. They need another 3 from 6. So let's just go back. I know we just got one over to do this. I know you're a very modest person, John, and in your modesty you'd prefer not talk much about it, but I think it has to be rather nostalgic that a great innings like that he scored at Kensington over in Barbados. Is that your favorite ground, or one of them?
It's one of my favorite grounds.
What's your favorite ground? You mean
yeah,
the
national.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Well, I would love all Grenadans to hear that. And the Prime Minister is listening in. Well, Dr. Keith, you've got John Eugene, who says that this is his favorite ground. This has been a good hunting ground for you in some respect.
Yes. I've scored a few centuries there. Yeah. So
it wasn't like this.
No,
before,
it wasn't like this, and the pitch was a lot flatter then.
Yeah, what a thing.
Yeah.
Well, here is Dubiset. Moves in now to bowl to Johan Jeremiah, who gets a delivery outside the off stump, walks across and stares the ball behind square on the offside, gets a comfortable single to bring up his 44th run. And the total has gone to 77 for 1. And so 2 more remaining and 5 deliveries there to face.
Yeah, I haven't played a lot at the Darren Sammy. Because it's
relatively new.
Yeah, relatively new. So the National Stadium, I like it as Queen's Park.
Right, Queen's Park.
Queen's Park, yeah. A lovely place to play, and also a lovely pitch to bat on. So.
But you did play at Mindu Phillip Park.
Yeah, Mindu, yeah.
I did quite a number of matches there, doing commentary, of course. They were the great heyday games, wonderful days they were. Here is once more. Dubiset comes in now to bowl to Kato. Kato is turning that ball up to mid-wicket, and they go to for a single. So the scores are now level. They're at 78. And we're in over number 10. This is the last over to bowl. Just one more run to go to seal a victory there for the Ginger General. And let's see what... no, I think they want to go. Some of the players were actually coming up to congratulate the 2 batsmen. And Johan Jeremiah says, no, we've got one more to go. Not quite yet, umps. We've got one more to go, umps. Score leveled. Well, we don't have the generosity of the scoreboard, the electronic scoreboard. So they're just trying to confirm, the umpire just trying to confirm there with the outside score circles to ensure that indeed the score is level. So it's just been confirmed. He's happy about it. And let's see whether the winning run, beg your pardon, will be hit there by Johan Jeremiah. Interesting that. So,
Dubi, come here, bring that into a super over here, buddy. Come, Dubi, back here.
Interesting that.
Super over.
This is highly ironic. Here he is coming in once more. Dubi said in and bowls outside the off stump, wide signal, and so that's the end of the game. So the Generals, the Ginger Generals, the GGs, they've won by 9 wickets. 9.2 overs they've taken to get there, and they've got a right to win this one. They have really they batted very well, lost a couple of early wickets, but came back rather stoutly, and both Kato and Jeremiah bringing victory home for the Ginger Generals. So we will go through the scorecard. Don't forget, we've got our next match coming up. I'm going to tell you about that shortly. But Milius was leg before to Hodge, went without scoring. I think it was rather unfortunate, that dismissal that he had there. But that's how it goes sometimes. Johan Jeremiah played a wonderful innings. Just 27 balls for his 44 runs. 40 minutes at the crease. 3 fours and 4 sixes. And Roland Cato, who had a good knock yesterday, he's got a good knock today too. Not out 30, 27 balls, 40 minutes at the crease like Johan, and he hits 6 fours. 79 for 1, extras were 5, leg bys 2, 3 wides. Hodge, 1 for 13 of 2. Nealon Pascal, none for 15 of 2. Amical Dubisset, none for 12 of 1.2. Sherman Lewis, none for 15 of 2. And Richard Rogers, none for 22 of 2. So the batting skill of Roland Cato and Johan Jeremiah, they've brought the victory home for the Generals.
Yes, Jeremiah and Cato showing how competent they are with the bat, just overhauling the 78 runs scored by the Bayleaf Blasters, yes, and quite a comfortable victory there by the Ginger Generals.
So Devon Smith for the Bayleaf Blasters, he got 20 of 16. His nephew got 19 of 12. Kareem Hodge, 13 of 7. And Crony, of course, getting 9 of 7. So Charles picked up 2 for 23. Both Charles, of course, bowling pretty well, 1 for 16. And then St. Paul's had 1 for 10, and Peters 1 for 11. The Ginger Generals, as I said earlier on, Jeremiah 44 of 27, Cato 30 of 27, and Milius did not score. Hodge 1 for 13 was the only wicket taker. So the Ginger General, the GGs, they've won by 9 wickets. We will just hang on a bit to see whether there'll be a post-match man of the match ceremony that might get on the way shortly. But a deserved win for the Ginger Generals.
Yes, definitely after the carnage of yesterday.
Yes.
And they coming back. They came back quite nicely this morning. Ginger Generals restricting the Bayleaf Blasters to just 78, and in the end, a comfortable win. So the Ginger Generals putting themselves right back into contention.
Oh, yeah, very much back into contention there. And the ground staff just making sure that the roller, the light one, is applied to the pitch, which has accommodated both the batsmen and the bowlers.
Yes, it's a good cricket pitch, especially against the faster bowlers, where once they miss the line, we see the batsman really scoring freely off them, and the spinners not extracting much spin. And once you have decided to hit straight against the spinners, there is value in the shot. So a very good cricket wicket.
Very good cricket wicket. And that's the thing about it. With a good cricket wicket, it means that you got to allow your bowlers to get something out of it, especially in the very early stage of the match, and a little later on the spinner should come in. But over the years, this has not been a ground traditionally known for spin. In the heyday, the very early days, we had it was a pacey wicket, which was prepared by the late Daddy Septimus Lacrette. What a wonderful groundsman. He was served here for almost 50 years. Not too many people stay at one place for 50 years to do any job. So I think we are getting ready for that post-match presentation. They're not quite ready as yet, but just to let folk know, listeners, that we do have another match coming up. That's just just over an hour from now, or under an hour rather, at 2:30, and that match would see Saffron Strikers coming up against Clover Challengers. The umpires for that match would be umpires Butler and Davis, so that should be a very interesting encounter, and we're looking forward for that. We had a little bit of rain, but it didn't interfere with things very much, John.
No, it's been an on and off shower this morning from early. We had a little issue with our practice session this morning also. We had to come on and off, but it's a beautiful day now, and just looking at the flags and a nice light breeze blowing across the field, and conditions are pretty good for the last game.
Right, and of course the Windwards, the regional series tournament would be restarting soon. interrupted because of the English tour here. How are preparations going for the Windward Islands?
Well, we have to balance, Stevenson, because most of the guys are taking part in this the T10. So we have training, skill training in between.
Right.
The batsmen come and have a hit, and the bowlers do some target bowling. Something that keeps the fitness level and also the skill level intact.
Yeah, very nice, and just so nice to know that the Volcanoes, they've been camping around, and I think this has been very, very good for the overall development of the team. So let's go down. We've got the man of the match, and Shireen, you there, girl? Take it from here.
Okay, at the end of the matchup between Ginger Generals and Bayleaf Blasters, we see Ginger Generals coming out victorious. Doing the man of the match presentation today, we have Mr. Raphael Croney of the Grenada Cricket Association, and he will be presenting to Mr. Johan Jeremiah today's man of the match. Congratulations again, Johan. Yesterday, during your matchup with Bayleaf Blasters, we would have seen you batting throughout the innings, but your team unable to defend the score you helped put up. And today, again, we see you batting throughout the innings and taking your team to the line. How was it out there on the field for you today?
It was just, I saw it as a new challenge. Yesterday we lost, just went back and reflect as a team, and also did some personal reflection and came back today, and my aim was to take the team over the line, and that's what I did today.
Okay, and we saw that the lone wicket to fall today was Mr. Kimani Milius, and he's usually your partner throughout the power play. So losing that wicket so early, how did that affect your game plan?
It didn't really affect my game plan. I think that's cricket, anything can happen on a given day. So I just, took it on my own and, just went about, to bring the team across the line.
Okay, congratulations and all the best for the remainder of the tournament.
Thank you.
Great job, Shireen. Great job. She is doing such a marvelous job down there. I wish I can do the job as well as she has been doing. Great job. So Ginger Generals, they have won this game and just turned the tide around from yesterday because they were in fact defeated then. Well, just to remind you that at 2:30, the Saffron Strikers will be coming up against the Clove Challengers. Umpires Butler and Davis will be out there going on to the field of play first. The players are going to come on after, and we will be on hand to bring you the broadcast. See you then.
Live from the stadium that delivered that memorable and emphatic win to the West Indies, Grenada, comes the Dream 11 Spice Style T10 2.0 cricket competition. 30 matches, 14 days of exciting T10 cricket action. 6 teams, only one will be champions. See the likes of the Spiceman, Andre Fletcher, Devon Smith, international players Kesrick Williams, Alec Atenes, and more. Support your team. Love the game. Dream 11 Spice Style T10 2.0 cricket competition, April 5th to the 18th, Grenada National Stadium, pure spice of the Caribbean. Live from the stadium that delivered that memorable and emphatic win to the West Indies, Grenada, comes the Dream 11 Spice Style T10 2.0 cricket competition. 30 matches, 14 days of exciting T10 cricket action. 6 teams, only one will be champions. See the likes of the Spiceman, Andre Fletcher, Devon Smith, international players Kesrick Williams, Alec Atenes, and more. Support your team. Love the game. Dream 11 Spice Style T10 2.0 cricket competition, April 5th to the 18th, Grenada National Stadium, pure spice of the Caribbean.
Energy. The world runs on it every day.
Good morning. Welcome to Soul.
Hi.
Hi.
And when we put the best of the Caribbean together with the energy we harness, everything runs so much smoother. Because at the end of the day, it's all about connecting people.
Happy birthday, Dad.
So, wherever your journey begins.
the biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.